Hey YouTube, it's Angela. I'm just giving you my 1 month Surgiversary update. It has been 1 month since my surgery, and that's a pretty big deal since there's a lot that's gone on since my last update. And I apologize for not updating earlier. The reason that I haven't is with Christmas and um, getting ready for nursing school. Actually, I'm not getting ready for nursing school. I was doing my nursing school application last week, and then my son's birthday was yesterday. So it's just been way busy. And so I just needed to concentrate on the stuff that I needed to concentrate on and get this update done today. So just giving you an update of what I've experienced over the last month. As of today, I've lost 32 pounds since the day that I came home from surgery, which is actually 27 pounds since the day of surgery, since I weighed more actually coming out of the hospital after surgery than when I went in, which is normal. So those of you who haven't had surgery yet, just don't worry about that. Lots of times, especially if you're dehydrated, which I was, you're going to experience this because they're going to pump you full of fluids. Even though you're not taking in anything, they're just going to want to make sure that you have plenty of fluids in you so that you get back to more normal. And so that's exactly what happened with me. So that actually made my weight loss initially just fly off. I lost the majority of that weight in the first 2 weeks. And then I kind of stalled out. So I went to my doctor on, I believe it was the 20th of December, 21st or something like that. And then my weight loss was dramatically slower. And I've heard that certain people experience that depending on just who they are and just how their body works. Your body's still healing, and that there's just a host of reasons why that could happen. Even though I was eating exactly what I was supposed to be eating and increasing my activity, it was just not moving. The scale just was not moving very fast at all. Then, I'd see a drop of 1 or 2 pounds here and there. So it's been a lot slower over the last about 2.5 weeks. But it's nothing that I'm getting too freaked out about. Initially, I was getting freaked out because I was thinking, what's going on? But I've read that as many people that lose a lot of weight right off the bat, there's as many people that will lose initially and then lose slowly, and then lose more quickly and then lose slowly. And so they go through more of a cyclical weight loss where it's more and then less and more and then less. And then people do experience plateaus or stalls, which I wouldn't consider that really a plateau. A plateau is actually not losing weight for 4 weeks, and that's not the case. So it just dramatically slowed, and when you experience that, when you were losing a lot of weight initially, that was kind of, disheartening at first. But the reality is I've lost a lot of weight in this first month, considering, and I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. So as long as you're doing that, if you experience what I experienced after 2 weeks, your weight just kind of stopped. Don't get worried about it. It's not that big of a deal. You're going to do fine. Just keep doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. As far as eating, I've been eating soft foods since December 20th, and that's been going really well. I haven't experienced anything that I can't eat, with the exception of one thing. I haven't had any dumping problems at all. Not that I'm eating anything that's going to cause dumping, but I had one episode where I did regurgitate something that I ate. I went with my family to Texas to visit family over Christmas, and my parents made eggs and sausage for breakfast. And so I had a little bit of eggs, and then I decided I was going to try a little bit of the sausage, But unfortunately, it's the type of sausage that had a casing on it, and I didn't really realize that and pay much attention to it, and I couldn't eat it. And as a result, it just kind of, I don't think I really got stuck, but I just didn't agree with me. So I did throw that up. But that's the only meal and the only thing that I've ate that didn't agree with me. I've had no problems with lactose intolerance or even very small amounts of sugar, not like straight sugar, but I'm talking about something that's in something else. Like I had like a little taste of, my son had cupcakes for his birthday, and I just had just a taste of the frosting because I just decided I want to just taste the frosting. There's not enough sugar in that to do anything, but it was nice to have a taste of it. And it did taste just like pure sugar, by the way. You're going to notice that your taste buds do change, and mine completely have. I can't eat or drink anything that has a lot of sugar, or not necessarily sugar, but anything that's sweet. So even like Crystal Light, and I've heard this a lot, I have to water it down more, and that's fine. It works for me. So instead of a 16-ounce container for one of those packets of Crystal Light, I use a 20-ounce. And that seems to be just perfect for me. Now, some people even need more water than that, but to me, that's fine. And it is a bit sweet, but still, I like it. So that seems to work for me. I've kind of traded my Diet Coke habit for these various flavors of Crystal Light and other types of no sugar drink flavorings. So that's been really good. I've been able to get in all my water every single day, protein every single day. I think there's only 2 days that I haven't gotten all my protein in, and that's only because when you get busy, and I've noticed that that's what happens with me. I'm not hungry because I'm not hungry. I'm not eating enough and not grabbing enough protein-rich stuff as a snack in between meals, and I need to, especially when I'm busy, and that's only happened a couple of times, but it's funny how the day can get away from you. And so if I'm not starting out with breakfast and really keeping a regimented schedule for my meals, then that it's easy for me not to get that protein in if I don't pay attention. So that's one of the big things, is just really paying attention to what you have on your meal plan. I actually make up my meal plan in the morning and pretty much follow it throughout the day, so I know that I'm getting my stuff in. So that's been good. I only have 1 protein drink a day, and that's what's been recommended by my doctor. He does not want me to have more than 1 protein drink a day. He wants me to get my protein-rich foods from food. So I think I might mention that before, but he did emphasize that again at my last appointment. So it may be a little bit different for your doctor, what the recommendations are, but for my doctor, 1 protein-rich drink a day and then getting the rest of the protein from other foods. He does not want us to concentrate on getting our calories and protein from beverages, which can sometimes not satisfy as well as actual food. So anyway, that's the latest on that. I am working out. I'm doing elliptical, and I'm doing walk away the pounds type of videos, but I'm amping them up a little bit using hand weights. And when I'm doing walk away the pounds, I'm doing actually 4 miles, so it's not like a 1 mile walk or anything like that. So I am trying to really bump up my workouts. I haven't done any step aerobics yet because my knees still are bothering me a bit. Only when I work out, not just normally. But I think as I continue to lose some of the weight, then that's hopefully going to resolve a bit. But I do want to get back to doing my firm workouts. So I have tons of those, and I want to be able to do those again. As far as my clothes, I've gone from a 22W to a 20W in my pants, and definitely tell that everything that I'm wearing is is getting loose. So that's really cool. I'm excited about that, and looking forward to being able to go shopping in maybe 5 or 6 months when I don't have any clothes left. So we'll see what happens with that. My next follow-up appointment is on January 19th with my doctor, and he says at that point I should have experienced a 10% loss. So I think I'm on track for that. His starting weight for me and my starting weight for me are a little bit different because our scales are different. So I'm hoping that that all evens out once I'm there. I'm actually paying more attention to my scale because that's what I'm weighing myself on every day. So I'm not really concerned about what the doctor's scale says. At the end of the day, a year from now, we're going to have very similar results, and I'm going to be at my goal weight or close to, and so I'm not really worried about the difference in the scale anymore. And that's one of the things that I'm excited about right now, is that the weight is starting to come off again, and I'm feeling happy and very content with how things are going. I can eat consistently about 2 to 3 ounces of food, and 3 ounces is really at, that's definitely full. So 2 ounces is good. My doctor said that I should, if I have an inkling, or if I have a little bit of hypoglycemia, which I do sometimes, to have a couple of whole wheat crackers, which is what I've been doing. And I've only had those, once a day if I have them. And that just, if I'll have a piece of string cheese and a couple of whole wheat crackers. And that's usually in the morning snack time when I tend to experience hypoglycemia, especially if I'm working out. So just an FYI on that, I am not a no-carb advocate. I don't believe that's healthy in the long term because I don't believe it's realistic in the long term. Now, some people are going to argue with me on that. And if you choose to have a no-carb or a very, very low-carb lifestyle, that's completely fine. But as a nursing student and future nurse and someone who's going to be in the healthcare industry, I do know from doing the studies that I have that carbohydrates are not a bad thing. It just means that you have to have good carbs versus bad carbs. And so limited carbs are not a bad thing, but always protein first. And for anyone who's had this surgery or considering this surgery, protein is always first. And that's what I've been living for the last month and really happy with. And I'm just excited about seeing what will happen in the next month. So I will update you guys again later. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be again. It's been busy, but I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.